Alright, welcome back everybody. This is the Benjinator and you're watching Let's Play Xenogears, the greatest game of all time. So, we're actually going to be exploring the sewers, where we're gonna be fighting off, figuring out the mystery of what's going on there. You already got kind of a glimpse because the subordinates of Rico Banderas were eaten by this monster after trying to sabotage Fei. So the hardest part actually to getting the sewers is finding where the entrance is. You have to go to this ladder right here, which is just outside. This is the door that leads back to Fei's dorm. I believe it's the, I guess the east side door. So you want to go out there, you want to climb up here, and then, yeah, so you just kind of talk to these folks. We haven't really been up here. But then the sewers, I believe, is this direction. So, talk to this dude. Yeah. So, it took me like literally 10 minutes to find this place. Yep. I am the champ. Thanks, buddy. We're gonna go down there. So, in case I didn't really allude to this before, this is actually probably my least favorite part of the game. Surprisingly, if you know what to do here, you can actually get through the sewers fairly easily. It's a little mazy, and there is going to be a map that's going to help you out, but it's going to take me a little while to kind of catch my bearings and navigate. I pretty much remember what to do. I'm going to be showing off some of the monsters down here, but if it takes too long, I'll be probably off-screening a bunch of crap. So, there's a bunch of items that you can find. Oh, C10, C something. There's a bunch of items you can find, kind of out of order, which is nice. Like, there's not an exact order that you have to find everything. We're gonna get eaten already. And he's like, nah, screw that. It's Dr. Yuzuki. You don't want to mess with that. Well, let's look around. Yay! Oh, by the way, I took the liberty of getting metal stuff, like a metal jacket and a metal cap for C10 Yuzuki as well. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the battles. I usually run away from a lot of the battles here. These are just kind of good practice for death blow enemies. These guys are right here, so you don't have to worry too much about the little hobgob thingies. But there's going to be more powerful beasts to deal with later on, so that's just something to keep in mind. So right now with Rico and with C10 Yuzuki, we're learning the square X combo, and with Fei we're trying to go for the triangle square X. So you should be able to learn these in a decent matter of time. And if you don't necessarily get the techniques, that's perfectly fine. That's not a huge deal. In this dungeon, I mean. Like, as it is, if you have the right defensive power, and you have a decent amount of attack, which we do, and we'll be gaining levels, then you should be able to get through this dungeon okay. So, ooh, look at this. That is creepy. Okay. So that is the murder spot of Leonardo, I believe, and that actually pans out nicely with, ooh, red rum? Does it say red rum? Oh man, it says red monster. That's kind of a teaser. Thought we were gonna see some red rum there. So we're playing detective work. Ooh, slime. Let's look at the slime. Okay. So, it's always good to kind of just check everything. Treasure chest over here. Cool. And, right now you can just kind of wander around. Even though this is kind of mazy and everything kind of looks tedious and the same, the area of the dungeon is not actually huge. If I remember. It's fairly, like, you know, there's a certain amount of walls, and if you're really stuck, you can always use the right-hand rule or something like that, but there is a map. And so, if you don't lose, yeah, if you get hit with the water, you lose some HP. If you just don't, if you can keep yourself patient, you can usually do pretty fine. So, okay, we got these guys. I believe they are Let me see. I actually don't think that you can do damage, so the only thing that... these guys are great punching bags to learn death blows, but for the most part, the only thing that can take care of them, actually, I think, is guided shot. So, that's about the only thing that can do damage to these dudes. And, oof. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Meanwhile, the rest of these guys are... Well, let me just show you the death drive. Because Rico has the power. You want to use his death blows to take care of these, because he's super strong. So, basically, C10 is not going to be all that useful in this particular dungeon. Or not this... No, this dungeon is fine against these particular enemies. And because we are so heavily armored, they're not doing that much damage to us. So we might as well use the guided shot. And it's like I said before, usually in this particular dungeon... Yeah, C10's got a lot of speed. Usually in this particular dungeon, I have no reservation about running away from a lot of these battles. I mean, like, if you want to fight these guys, it's fine. If you want to fight the hobgobs, it's fine. There's one enemy that will be featured later that you just don't want to fight. Like, it's just not worth it. Mufu. Okay, so we got Mufu, which is pretty cool. So that's the triangle X technique for Dr. Uzuki. Okay, let's go this way. I think that's a new one. So there's the other death spot. And so there should be yeah. There should be a robotic thing in this particular screen. Okay, so we're seeing that the dead bodies tend to be around where the slime's coming out. So maybe that's just like the entrails or the waste product of this particular guy. Creepy stuff. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Cool. Let's see if we got some new enemies. Yeah, we did. We have the frogs. These guys are actually really easy. So let's just show off Mufu. Why not? So it's not one of my favorite techniques, but it's useful. It's pretty good. Didn't kill him. Now we're gonna do... Fei's gonna be able to practice his triangle square thing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And these guys will do no damage because they're so heavily armored. And now Rico's gonna learn this. Woo! Boom. In the face. So those guys you can fight too. Most of the battles you can fight here. It's perfectly fine. It's just that the problem with this dungeon is because you're going to be running around and you're going to be kind of lost for a good long while. It's you're eventually going to get to the point where the Fizzy Assault. I think that raises attack for one battle. You're eventually going to want to start running away from these just because they're going to be so frustrating. Okay. Let's see if we got a new enemy. This guy's new, I believe. Is this like just the version? Oh, it's just like, okay, I see. This is the armor wasp on the ground, I believe. Is it? Or is it completely different? Let's use the guide shot, see what happens. Oh, okay, maybe this is a completely different enemy. I don't remember this guy. The Lucra bug. Now he turns into an armor wasp. Okay. So in this case, let's have Rico do his suplex. I gotta show the other technique too. That's got cool wrestling moves. I love it. Mr. Banderas. Yes, indeed. Woo! Alright, cool. So now... kids left map. Alright, that's awesome. So we get the select key, and now we have a much better idea of where we are. Yeah, so that little red thing, that bright red square, I believe, is what leads to, that leads you out of here. So you want to, that little, like, U-shaped thing at the north, you want to head there, because there are going to be some important treasures there, I believe. So let's head in that direction. And the red square leads to a lower part of the dungeon, which we don't want to go to quite yet, but it is going to be important later. So isn't that awesome? You get, like, a little help. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see, where are we? Alright, taken care of. Let's check the map. So here we are. We're kind of gliding along this area right here. Ouch. Yeah, that's... Oof, okay, I can't go that way. So we have to go the other side. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing a great job of of avoiding those things, I realize that. So, we've already been here. Let's scoot onto this side. Okay, so we just got whacked by a Lucre bug who lowered Fei's HP to 1, and that hurt quite a bit. So let me just check the death blow status of these guys, because I'm kind of curious. So, Houghton, right, alright, so that's fine. What is it? Yeah, triangle, square, X is going to be the next one. Jinrai for this dude, Seitan Yuzuki. And then once you get above 50 points or whatever for Rico Banderas, he'll be learning his next technique. But, I mean, that progression of death blows, the combinations are the same for each character. Okay, so is there anything here? It looks like there's nothing. Oh, let's try to go to... I think the next place where we want to try to go is that southern flank right there before we go to the red. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's head in that direction. Nothing here. Okay, so here we are at this southern flank, and I think we've already been here because there's absolutely nothing there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be heading over to that little red circle so we can go to the next part of the dungeon. So I will see you guys there. Alright, cool. Here we are. No battles on the way, surprisingly, so let's go down the ladder if we don't get another battle on the way there. So I'll see you after this one's over. Yeah, battles tend to be easier when you can run away. So that's one of the frustrating things about this game is, like, you can encounter enemies when you're like, oh, dude, he's watching us come down the ladder. You can run to enemies, like, when you're opening doors or climbing ladders or what have you. It's a little bit crazy. So, here we are. Ding! Oh, there's a bell. That's interesting. So, I believe this floor has more stuff in general. A tinkle sound. Or maybe Seitan's just going crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Mr. Banderas. Uh-huh. Well, that's not creepy at all. Alright, so now let's check out this new area. So yeah, you want to try to... all those endpoints you want to try to investigate. So, we're going to try for that southernmost point, where there's a little straight line juttering off just right next to where the text and, like, the little legend is. So, we're going to head in that direction. That's going to be our next step. And I believe that there is going to be a scary enemy down here, if I remember correctly. Oh, the sharks, okay. Okay, so the sharks are... Right now, you can't do anything. Like, when they're in the water, like, there's literally nothing you can do. Actually, you might be able to do, what is it, a guided shot or whatever. Okay, yeah, so you can hit them with a guided shot, but that's really about it. Mullet! Oh, God. So now that they're, they can do a lot of damage, damn. Okay, but now they can, feel the full brunt of our wrath, so to speak. We actually do some pretty decent damage. And Mr. Banderas, when he gets his chance, is going to be just able to rip shop. Look at that. Boom. Shark! Dead shark. Man, these guys have a lot of HP. Alright, we're not gonna mess around. We're gonna hit this guy in the face. Hardcore. Boom, boom, ba-da-ba-do-do. And is that gonna be enough? I usually run away from these guys, by the way, like, if you couldn't tell. The sharks just take a while to kill. And, you can use them as punching bags, or you can try to kill them, but... I mean, not bad. Okay, we gotta heal Fei. Fei's looking a little rough right there. We're gonna be using Renki quite a bit, in the upcoming boss battle. Because Renki, what it does, it allows you for one turn for... whatever the next either attack is to affect everybody. So in that case, you can basically turn Seitan's healing spell for one person into a healing spell for everybody. So that's pretty cool. And it's going to be really useful in the battles to come. It's really the only time that I use it dramatically. Like, I think in future parts of this game, even when you're fighting hand-to-hand with Seitan Yuzuki, like, I don't use it quite as aggressively as I do in this dungeon. This is a really unique dungeon for many reasons, which you will see. All right, so is this shark gonna die? Come on, die, shark. Die, shark! Give us a death blow. Ouch! Ooh. Yeah, see, these guys don't mess around. Now we got Rico Banderas, who just does stupid amounts of damage. There we go. Cool, sand sharks are dead. Awesome. Awesome. Yay, Jinrai. So now he's got... Seitan Yuzuki has his square... square whatever attack. Okay, isn't anything over here, so that's cool, I guess. Alright, so we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be exploring that kind of upper left-hand area just to see if there's anything there, which I believe there is. So, what other horrors await us in the sewer? Find out in the next episode of Let's Play Xenogears. This is the Benjinator, and thank you guys for watching.